Okay, so, if I remember correctly, last time we successfully did not kill any of our potential friends, so that was a success. However, remind me what we have to do next, because I think we were looking at the Ladies of the Wood. We were doing a lot of this recently, and we could potentially continue along this route and go to Downwarren. This is, of course, the main quest, or at least part of the main quest, so we've been focusing a fair bit on that as of late, and I do wonder if there might be secondary quests that could be a decent fit for us at this stage, but I think that for the most part, we're talking outside of treasure hunts, which seem like they're kind of a different thing. Yes, of course, the level does still matter for those, but I don't know, I'm not prioritizing those quite as much from a level standpoint as I am with the main, well, not the main quest, but mostly the secondary quests. These guys here. These are the Witcher contracts, and the secondary quests seem to be the ones that are most relevant to min-max when you are doing them. And so all the Witcher contracts are way out of our league at the moment, because we're level 12. These are at least 10 levels above us. Similar story for the secondary quests. The treasure hunts, I did hear some people saying on YouTube that actually turns out that many of these ones that say, quote-unquote, Novigrad, may not actually be in Novigrad, the city. They might just be in that general area. So that might be a little bit of a misnomer, slash just generally a little bit misleading. Might be that even though it sounds like some of these are really far away, that may be not quite so much the case. So we might still be able to check some of those out. There are a few that are level 18, that's probably still out of our league. 15 might be a go. 7 and 4 obviously are way below our level, so that could definitely do at just about any time. 11's also a pretty good match for us. That's an option. So we could opt to go for potentially some of those. I'm kind of curious. Let's just throw one of these on our map and see exactly where those are. Because like I was saying, it seems like it's maybe not exactly where I was anticipating. Some of them may still be truthfully in the city, but I think some of them will not be. There was some way to beam ourselves up to the quest marker really quickly, but I no longer remember what that is. It's actually further west than I realized. What? That counts as Novigrad? That's not Bellin? That's Novigrad. I'm very surprised, because we've been there. We've checked this one out. Obviously, we didn't finish it. But, I mean, that's... See, we've done things in and around this area already. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's take a look at some of these then, maybe. Like this one, for example. Just take a look at random options here, but this one looks like it may be more where I was expecting Novigrad to be. However, even here, we've been in this very location, or right around here again, plenty of times before. Huh. Find the hidden goods mentioned in the letter via Witcher senses, using the Witcher senses. Yeah, that's... we can do that right now. What level is this one supposed to be? One that we just tracked? I'm tempted. Level 7? Let's try that out, because I think, although, for the most part, it is, from what you guys have been saying, meaningful for us to delay the main quest. We were doing a little bit of it last time. I think that's still probably okay to check up on it every now and then. Because it had been a while since we last did a main quest update. So, let's deviate a little bit from that plan this time around. We'll go back to some secondary quests. Could be some amnesia involved. That is also a possibility. I thought this was the teleporter, but apparently not. It is actually this signpost. Okay, so let's fast travel to... I think Marauder's Bridge is probably closest. Pretty similar between that and Dodaris. Dodaris does have a place to upgrade our weapons, though, enhance them, so I suppose maybe we can stop by there. Whoa! However, I forgot that apparently this is not a happy place. Oops. What that humongous thing over there was, I do not remember. But at the very least, there are devourers here. Hold on. I just want to get a coin on. Please. Yeah, as for what that other thing was, though, I don't know, and it is a little bit concerning because it looks humongous. And I'm intrigued, but at the same time, moderately terrified. So let's do a quick save, maybe. And see what the heck this thing was. More rot feet. Devourers, okay. Yeah, that should be fine. I thought I saw something humongous that was burrowing underground. That's what was catching my attention, more so than anything else. Is that just me? The big cloud of dust? Kinda so whoa. Just our Quen going. Through. Alright, can you just like, yeah, give me a second to put that back on? Oh, you're blowing up already. I didn't think I attacked you very much. Same with this guy. Oh. Oh, there's another... Oh, an Alghoul. Maybe that was the Alghoul? Maybe it was the Alghoul doing its, Dragonborn shout thing. That might have been it. That might have looked dramatic. I'm guessing that was it. And we have definitely fought these guys before. Hello? Because this was the area where... Yeah, it was definitely this guy. This was the area... This is a horrendous angle. Although apparently, we pinned the Alghoul against a wall there of sorts, and it turned out, worked out in our favor. Okay, sure. Mutagen, oh, monster hide. I don't think we've seen much of that yet. Yeah, we saw some bandits here initially, I think, when we first dropped by this area. And then, no monsters. I don't think so. Oh, there's a Rot Fiend over there, I see. This was the primary reason I opted to go this route, was because we knew there was going to be those places to enhance our weapons. I mean, the Devourers and Alghouls are actually decent enemies for us to fight right now, because we're level 12. These guys are 13, 14, so it's a good fit for us. Okay, get out of the way as it blows up. It's not the end of the world. They also give somewhat decent drops, I think. Just not really what I was anticipating. I forgot that that was not the usual city that you teleport to. That was a not-so-nice city, inhabited by monsters rather than normal civilians. So yeah, I have a strong feeling that we were in this area previously, and we may have even gone to this general spot. Just may not have recognized that it was technically a location where we were expecting to find some special loot. Which one is this supposed to be? Hidden from the world? I know there's the Griffin School items. At some point, we might run into some of those. Just wanted to double check if this was it. Looks like, or sounds like wolves back there. But I think that's it. And this did have a level listed next to it, so I would have thought that we would run into some enemies here, but maybe not. Let's get some meteorite ore, not bad. Enhanced Swallow. It's a good potion, I would think. Swallow is a life healer. Cavalry boots, steel ingot, elemental essence. Sure. Let's check out if there's anything for us to craft out of that stuff. I'm gonna hold off on upgrading the mutagens, because we were talking about that a bit, but I think that we don't quite, or well, we actually have some alchemy recipes that will require some of the base mutagens, and so we don't want to use them all up. We do have all the stuff for an enhanced Dimeridian Bomb, and let's just see if there's anything that is really scarce here that we would have to use to make it happen. To a certain extent, that's the case with Optima Matter, although I think I have seen that many of the alchemists have offered this as a crafting item. It's pretty expensive, but theoretically Not that we really needed it. We could buy it. Don't remember for Stamelford's Dust whether or not that's the case. But I think this probably is still okay for us to make now. Let's make it happen. And then, hopefully, that is now not going to prevent us from crafting anything else further down this list that we might have been able to craft with those ingredients that we just used. Werewolf, we know we have that. We've had that for a while. But that's a similar story where we don't really want to use some of our more limited resources. Same with cat. Water essence. Don't have much of that. Ooh, enhanced swallow. That's one we just picked up. Was wondering if we could do that, and we absolutely can. This is what I mean, is this is the opposite situation, where we have tons of Celandine, tons of Alkohest, tons of White Myrtle, tons of Drowner Brains, so that is a no-brainer. There are more enemies over here. Basically all around us. I don't hear these, though. Oh, they're Neckers? Okay, that's not...
That stench.
Not terribly interesting. Kind of prefer if the Neckers would just leave us alone. For the most part. Okay, so there's one of those treasure hunts down. And if they're all going to be that straightforward, then maybe we can check off a bunch of them here. So, that being said, it's going to be a bit of a random selection here of just happening to pick one. And maybe it'll be something that is nearby, maybe it won't. Probably do want to try to go for ones that are relatively close. But here's the Griffin School gear that I was referring to earlier. I think you guys are saying that this is good stuff. So, we want to make a point of targeting that. It looks like down here, near the Reardon Manor, actually, in Downwarren. Downwarren is where we were going to head for the main quest after talking to the orphans of Crookback Bog and Granny. So maybe that could serve double purpose. I feel like that might be a good one to end on, so that at least with regard to all these treasure hunts, because that way, once we're done with that, we can just head on over to Downwarren and go back to the main quest. So I think let's hold off on that one, although, like I was saying, from what you guys have been saying, that is a good one. So there was that sunken treasure that I've generally been avoiding those because I'm not a fan of fighting the drowners when we're underwater, because, well, it means that we're basically required to use the crossbow, and that is been pretty janky. Although you guys were actually saying that you only need to hit people with the crossbow once or twice when you're underwater because it magically deals more damage when you're underwater, because, well, just don't ask questions. So that is a good sign, I think. Oh yeah, I was mostly actually trying to do this. No, we will not be able to fast travel from here, but let's just mark that fast travel location on our map so that we know how to get there. Here's Roach. Take us there more quickly. Yeah, so previously I was thinking, like, oh, you know, we have to shoot those drowners 20 times, because that's how many times we would normally have to fight them. Hold on. Curious? Oh, just Neckers. We checked out this little building, though. We may have. We've seen a few of these little huts on the side of the road. This may be one of them. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, I remember these. Huh? Oh, I was gonna say, but it had loot in it. Well, we probably deliberately did not pick up the ashes, because they are valueless. So they're still there. A little bit of a false alarm, but yes, we've definitely been there. But yeah, so I was thinking, like, oh man, if we have to take out drowners while they're swimming, and hit them 20 times, or possibly even more, in order to actually defeat them, that was not something I was particularly looking forward to. Where is the actual signpost then? Here it is. However, if it truthfully only takes 1 or 2 hits, then it just means having a steady hand underwater, which is, you know, still maybe a little tougher than shooting your crossbow when you're standing on dry land, but we'll see if we can make it work. So, now let's actually mark the primary quest, or well, by primary I mean the quest we are targeting right now. Now that we've made it to fast travel location and beamed ourselves up. So it's out here, and I'm pretty sure that we attempted to do this one once before, but like I said, we realized we were going to have to defend ourselves against drowners, and I'm not really seeing any at the moment. Well, there's theoretically one all the way over there, but might be a sign that we could potentially get off easy here. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. Seems like these two might be hanging out right next to that loot that we're trying to get. I think that is likely the case. Based on how... Yeah, seems like we're getting close now to both those enemies and the loot we're trying to get. Yeah. Definitely. Okay. So, let's dive. And it is a drowner. Thought there were two. Yup, it is right next to us, actually. Hey, dude. Oh, one shot. Okay. You were not kidding. Let's just come back up for air real quick. That is our primary weakness. Can we loot it? Maybe not. Okay. That's our primary weakness when we're out here, is those guys could potentially take us under. You aren't really close enough to shoot. Unless we could absolutely snipe you, but I doubt it. Again, just surface up here a bit. Then duck under. Now you might be close enough to actually notice us and approach us, which we kind of want you to do. Or, you know, we'll swim over a little bit closer. I don't know if we can do anything with those fish. Got a friend. Can we snipe you? Might be able to snipe you from here. Yes, we can. Okay, not bad. Not that bad after all. It is completely different from the way you use the crossbow on land, so in that way, I'm happy. But now we see, what the heck is this thing? Looks like a drowned Arrakis. There's lots of stuff here. Hopefully more than just 8 coins. Runestones. Is that it? That might actually be it. Just 2 sources of goodies. Let's come back up for air. At least to reset ourselves. And then maybe we'll duck back down briefly, double check if there's any sign of other loot when we use our Witcher senses, and I'm not seeing any. But I do think that was it. I think this was the lowest level of all the treasure hunts we were looking at. This was only level 4, I think. So that might be the reason why it doesn't seem like it was all that lucrative. Also, technically speaking, which shoreline are we swimming toward, or at least attempting to swim toward? Let's do. Hold on. Let's make it. Just put it on the fast travel location there. Exactly. Doing our Widowmaker impression. 1 shot, 1 kill. And part of me feels like we need a bit of a reality check after that and attempt to use the crossbow on land to see just how humongous that difference is. Remind ourselves that, yeah, you know, it may be far more effective in water, but don't get too carried away. It is still horrendous on land. But anyways, here's the signpost. Well, I suppose let's actually establish which treasure we're going for next. So, on our random list of treasure hunts, what do we want to go for? Maybe we try to go in more or less reverse order of level. Go for the lowest ones first and work our way up until it feels like we're starting to get a little bit at our limit. So that would mean this comes next. And where is it, though? Oh, actually, quite close. Not bad at all. Oh, there was this guarded treasure as well on this island. It was, what was it, like a night wraith, I think? Night wraith or a noon wraith that was guarding this. There might have been 2 of them, in fact. And I'm trying to remember what level they were. They were just barely too high of a level, too powerful for us when we first encountered them. I want to say they were either 12 or 14. And now that we're 12 ourselves, that should be within range. Should be possible. Probably do want to actually teleport to Coast of Rex in that case. Let's make sure we are doing that. Probably be a little bit faster. I think we can do a little bit of a 2-for-1 here. Will there be pirates? Where were the first time we went down here? I thought I saw a red dot there. Ever so briefly. Maybe they're gone for good. Okay. So... we can take some more popcorn while we're at it. So I think this was definitely another case where, like I said, we had the Wraith of some variety, or plural, wraiths, that were on this island for the guarded treasure, and then when we were looking at going to the actual, the treasure, or the other kind of treasure, the scavenger hunt of sorts, that required going by some drowners. That was the primary issue there. Yeah, there's the Wraith. I think that's going to be the first priority, and we do have those drowners chasing after us as we speak. Will they catch up to us in time to sink us? Possibly. Or possibly not. Let's actually save real quick, just in case this does not go well. Okay, 15. Slightly higher than I was saying earlier, but I think that'll still be okay. We could come into our Jordan, though. That would be kind of the reason why I put it down. I thought there were 2 of you here, so we should be careful. No. Well, now you're doing your thing. You do make clones of yourself, so that probably could have been something that we were reacting to in our previous fight. Now you're outside of the Jordan. Now the Jordan has disappeared. So yeah, this seems doable. I believe the Moon Wraith does heal during that phase. You see, when we actually are able to attack it, the damage is not bad. Oh, I thought that was going to count as inside the Jordan. It was close. That was. But yeah, not so bad. Not so bad. You could come back here, though. That would be preferable. Let's eat some food and get some life regen going. Please don't run away. That is not helpful. Okay, now are you doing the split into a bazillion other Noon Wraiths part? Yeah, you are. You are. I don't know how exactly that life regen works during that stage. Is it like the longer that phase lasts, the more HP you regen? It actually dealt damage. I don't expect that to happen. I thought we dealt 0 damage when the Noon Wraith was outside of the Jordan. It seems like it's just really low. Maybe we had a weak enough weapon previously that it was truthfully dealing no damage. But this time around, it's just, you know, we're slightly better. It might also be that if, say, a certain number of the fake wraiths survive during this phase, that is what determines how much HP. I think that is what it is, because I just saw, yep, some Boolean numbers there. I think that's how it works. So you want to make sure you track those ones down as soon as you possibly can. Are very close to going down here. If you could please come back before this Jordan goes away. Well, I think we... Oh no, I was going to say, I think we took care of it. Even though we weren't using Jordan. Part of me wants to test that theory right now. See if it's possible. And yes, it is. It would have been more efficient, yes, to get the finishing blow with the Jordan down, but in the name of science, get the last couple hits in. So, what do we get here? A terrible sword, dark iron, dwarven spirit, a raucous decoction. Okay. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh no, yes, there is. Oh, that's the same thing though. That's junk. This is junk, but at least potentially usable junk. Oh. This is from the actual noon raid. Okay. I think that's it. Let's see if on the map it says that we have finished this one. Grayed out now, so it does seem like we have. Okay, and now we actually do the sunken treasure. Okay, so that means we're gonna have to go back to the crossbow. Is it that load thing right there? I mean, that barely even takes going out. It might be. There are some people here. It's probably down below, though. Oh, there's like an actual sunken ship here. There's a drowner. Gotcha. I'd like to shoot you in the face. Or the butt. I think it was more like the butt. Can you snipe me? This distance? Seems unlikely. Let's come back up for air ever so briefly. Then maybe snipe another drowner or two and take our loot. Be on our way. Hey, friend. Bye, friend. And I think, well, there is one more over here. I don't know if it's really close enough to be much of a bother. We can actually stand on this. Means we could swing our sword at it. It's also... is that red... whatever there. No, I'm assuming this area that we're standing on right now is technically the treasure we're looking for. Including this. With some water. Really now. Is that so? Oh, hello. Didn't expect you to pay us a visit. Are we standing on the bottom of the ocean floor there? There is another drowner here. While we're over here, I suppose I would kind of like to just be certain that we're not going to have to worry about them too much. That's a fish, not an actual drowner. This is an actual drowner. Get you from here. Unlikely. Maybe if we accommodate for the sinkage. Now you're kind of running away. Get our air back. And yeah, it does seem like it is specifically over here. There's another. Drowner headed our way. Maybe, maybe not. Yes, there's something else we've not yet looted. I'm assuming that there's more than just water. Get out of here. Where, though? Oh? That? Huh? Oh, man. Like, actually going in the ship? Quicksilver solution. Can we loot this too before we run out of breath? I would like to, but at the same time... Let's make sure we surface! Because, please, surface! Carol! Carol, I'm telling you to surface! That is... I'm pressing the surface button. Come on! There we go! Alright. Now, let's go back down and check out that other one. It is, like, in this sunken ship of sorts. Trying to use our witcher senses to find it. Oh, there's also a drowner, like, directly on top of us right now. It's gonna mess us up if we don't shoot it. Can we loot from this angle? Possibly. Maybe. Possibly not. There might be another way through there. We might be able to approach from the other side. I feel like that might be the way to go. Meanwhile, we're just racking up the body count here. All the drowners. Let it be known. This is no safe territory for you drowners. I don't know. I think we do need to weave our way through there. Which is, not an intriguing thought. But it looks like there's, like an... Oh, there's another drowner. Am I close enough to hit? Yeah. There's a couple drowners, actually. Yeah, let's surface scan. Just to play it a little bit safe here. Then, as we get a little bit closer, then we'll drop down, and then we'll shoot you in the face. Or somewhere. Alright, who's next? Feels like suddenly we are playing a totally different game here. Oh dear! That was unfortunate. Did allow you to get a little close there, and I totally whiffed. And totally whiffed again. And there is a drowner coming from the other angle this time, who is attempting to strangle us. But, well, I got something to say to you, buddy. Don't do that again. So, yes, sooner or later, there may be no more drowners in existence. At the rate we're going. There are more sunken ships here. This is red one, which usually means a quest item. Whoa! Costly mistake. That might have been a different quest, albeit one that was right next to the one we were actually trying to do. That was just the remains of the red from loot that we just picked up. Anything else here? Can we actually walk on this ship? Is this angle walkable? Apparently it is. Also, we are now encumbered. Let's take a look at some of the stuff we picked up. So we got a runestone for armor piercing. Actually, 5 of them. Huh, I don't think we've seen that one before. That's cool. Against the poison, I think we have seen that. And then, thought we got a new weapon. Did I hover over it already? Yeah, this one I think is new. And it's a little bit worse than our current silver sword. No, that's not a compare button. This is the compare button. Okay. Gives a little bit more Quen intensity and Yurden intensity, yes. Bonus experience for monsters is something. I feel like you probably need to get more than one for that to be meaningful at all. I think that's about it in terms of new weapons. This pair of boots, which is pretty bad. We might just want to drop these because we are overweight right now. I think let's do that. The pants are a little bit close to our current pants. Oh, but our current pants have so much better vitality. And most of the other resistances as well. So I think we stick with our pants as well. We are still looking to dump some weight in that case. And what is the best way to do that? Probably to get rid of some chest plates. Those tend to be the heaviest. However, they are also probably the most valuable things for us to sell if we were to make it to a vendor. And we probably should do that soon. We're kind of waiting to see if we happen to come across one for one of our quests. We were going in a given area that happened to have them. I think we were about to do that in that case because, well, actually, is there a vendor in, what was it, Downward? There may be, but some of the villages just don't even have traders of any variety, no merchants. But at this rate, it's probably worth making that effort, even if it means going out of our way just to do it. There is a red symbol here. Usually the type of symbol that you would see for loot from a defeated end. Oh no, that's the stuff that we just dropped. That's what that is. Now, the drowners, they're pretty mean, generally speaking. So, I think it's fine for us to take them out. Doesn't seem like, oh, there's much else over here. I think that was probably just another underwater herb of some variety, would be my guess. Don't think that was actually any notable loot over here. Good check. Seems like we're faster at swimming when we're above water, though. So maybe we go back up here. Yeah, that's the symbol for the buckthorn that we always see. So I do kind of want to go back to, what was it, this wreck over here, where we did have one thing that it seems that it was kind of tricky to get, and is ultimately going to require that we weave our way in and out of that sunken ship. It's easier said than done, because Geralt, he's not terribly maneuverable when he's down there. There's some buckthorn for you. But we are also much further away from that spot than I realized. What happens if we try to shoot some of these fish? Not do anything. Can't do anything. Can you, like, stand still for a second, fish? Doesn't seem like it does. Yeah, so this is our spot up here, but we're gonna want to get our air back before we duck back down. Through here. There's got to be an opening. Oh, we may have found it? There we go. This is what I wanted to make sure we can do. It may be... This is looking like the bug, where oftentimes, yeah, when I'm underwater, it does not allow me to interact with things. And that's a really bad time for that to happen, because now I no longer, oh dear, have any idea how to get out of this place. It's a little disorienting. So this is probably where it ends. Let's see if we can surface. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Okay, so in the past, what has happened is that for whatever reason, there's like some bug that seems to happen somewhat frequently, where either we won't be able to dive underwater, or if we can dive, sometimes we won't be able to interact with things, like loot stuff. So I'm going to restart the game real quick, like save and then load that save up, because that seems to typically solve the problem. So let's save, let's load that very save, and I'm hoping that that means we'll be able to get that loot right there.
The sorcerer has told the Witcher about a masked mage. Syriot seemed to have taken shelter in his hideout.
And of course, this comes after we did successfully make it into that underwater boat, the sunken ship. So hopefully we'll be able to do it again this time.
So it seemed. The Witcher felt that all was lost.
And I really hope that it's good, it's worthwhile, and it's not just more underwater water. Because if that's the case, then, well, you know, that's not terribly significant. I'm also kind of curious as to whether the drowners come back. Does it save that we took out a bunch of them? There's some over there. I think those might be entirely separate drowners, though. Oh! Not sure if we saw this previously. Well, that's, prophecy came true. At least for that. But that's still not the big one that we were talking about trying to do. Big one is, of course, actually in here. And try to keep track how to get in and out of this spot. Otherwise, it'll get very disorienting. Like right now, I'm pressing the loot button. And I'm pretty sure we're directly on top of the thing we're supposed to be looting. Yeah, we are. And we're not getting it. So that's frustrating. Especially after restarting the game like that. Specifically to be able to do this. So that stinks. But let's make sure that we ideally stay alive here and not get stuck on that thing, which we may have. Then once we're out far enough away from the edge, we can surface. You know, like right next to that guy. No, that's the dive button, not the surface button. Yeah, so that stinks. I think we did technically complete this mission. Is it grayed out? It actually may not be. Hold on. Because I still see the little pulse going in around it. It's hard to tell because we're directly on top of the spot on the map. But if, say, we just go a little bit to the side here, I think we'll still see that it is telling us there's something to do here. This is probably far enough. If we look again, I think we'll find Oh no, that's just a pulse that goes around our cursor. So I think it will tell us that we're finished with that mission, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing in that, well, it's telling us it's done. We probably did get some experience from it. Bad thing in that if it turns out that that item there is really good, or whatever items, plural, we get from that last thing we could loot there is really good, then chances are we're probably going to forget it because it's no longer going to show up on our map.